Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we welcome you to Santa Rosa Week. I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson.
Well, Deborah, once again, and by the way, I wanted to tell you that I got an email today. A person who regularly watches our show. Also, I felt very good. I was personally asked by this individual to assist them in getting in obtaining public records from Team Santa Rosa. So, I thought that was nice. I certainly have tried every method in the world. Kind of like Einstein. I did it 200 times wrong, but it still counts. I think I finally figured out how to do it correctly.
You have exhaustive knowledge in that field.
Yeah.
You could actually get an honorary doctorate in that field because you have exhaustive background knowledge.
Exactly. So I thought that was neat. I think continue more and more people keep telling us they're watching the show. So I think we're having an impact there. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, what you see on our TV show, you very rarely, if ever, going to see it in other forms of media. So we always try to keep you informed ahead of time, and we also try to inform you of things that you really need to know, but apparently others are afraid to take the time to put it out there. So since this is our show, we don't have to answer to anybody. So unless you get mad at me or I get mad at you, we can talk about whatever we want to. We don't have to worry about advertisers.
Of course, we answer to our viewers, of course.
Yes, we answer to the viewers. Well, ladies and gentlemen...
we don't have any problems worrying about advertisers.
Yeah. Get a tremendous amount of encouragement off camera. People are a little nervous about putting their name with us because... we don't hold back. We've put the ultimate hammer. We've led the stories on the stormwater. Matter of fact, our topic today, we had talked about it before this train wreck happened.
Yes.
We've talked about the issues at Team when nobody else would talk about it. We've talked the issues of contracting and requests for proposals and changes in the county and all of that kind of stuff. And I'm very proud of that. I think I'll pat ourselves on the back. If we don't put this out, then the citizens will never have an opportunity to see this. So it's always encouraging, when I'm out and about and people give me the grin and I really liked your Charlie Chris show and things of that nature. It makes it all worthwhile. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we and I want to point out before I say this, of course, our topic today is prayer in school. In a
Pace High specifically.
Pace High, but really across the whole county, in a meeting that we went to at the Pace Assembly of God. I want to point out, I feel obligated to say this, that approximately a month and a half ago, I gave the people in our community the clues on what they needed to do.
And those were?
And those were that the students can do whatever they want to as long as they're not sponsored in any way, shape, or form by a member of the administration, a teacher, or anybody associated with it. Now, I'm not happy about that. And my left leaner sitting here beside me, we're going to argue about that a little bit, but I still believe the majority should rule. But if they would handle it correctly, we wouldn't have ACLU involved in this. And
well, that's what the ACLU has said, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, my problem with all of this, and
let's remember they didn't get involved of their own sort of
right. Well, they were called into it, and just we'll go over that. And we've got here's the crux of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. And I did not know this until Deborah educated me on it. Your student leaders, if they are elected by the majority vote of the students and there's no other interference, if at least 51% of the scoring on how you get a class president is done by the students.
I don't know that there's a percentage requirement. I just know they have to be neutrally elected.
Neutrally elected.
Or neutrally chosen.
And so right now, the students represent about 40% of the vote.
This is a vote to decide who are the officers in the Student Government Association. It's sort of like the Congress of Pace High. And then also the vote to decide who are the actual class officers, sophomore class, junior,
Right.
senior class officers.
And what we find in this, and what has been ruled, is that members of the educational staff
Yes,
play a role in determining
Yes.
who these representatives are. So go ahead and go over the points there.
well, it's actually a majority role in both
Right.
of those votes. For Student Government Association officers, so this would be the president, the treasurer of the Student Government Association. The student body, so the students as a whole, their vote actually counts 25%.
25%.
And then the other 75% would be faculty, staff. There's an interview that involves teachers.
Right.
And Student Government Association members.
Right.
So those would be the students who are SGA members. And now those students themselves can be selected, they can be elected, or they can be appointed by the principal.
Right.
So that's another route in.
So let me look in the camera again and help our community out here, and help our school board out here, and help the superintendent out here. All you have to do today is take a vote that the majority of the votes come from the students at each of these high schools, re-elect. My belief is that, for example, at Pace High, Mary Allen would be voted in by the students. And then the argument is over with. Mary Allen can then go forward and speak at graduation.
Right, and we don't know if it has to be a majority vote by students or if it has to be only students who vote.
Right.
I don't know.
But either way, instead of dodging the issue or going overboard on the issue, and I'm going to say this now, at the rally that we were at, Pastor Rogers made a point of let's not be mean to our school board, and let's not be mean to Rosdick. But he did go on to say that these are the people that can change this.
Well, I think it's an interesting sort of an issue. I wonder if parents or even students are really fully aware
Right.
that those are the percentages. And we should mention that the sophomore, junior, senior class officers, the percentages are 40 points, so 40%.
Of the student body
of
vote.
The student body vote, and then the other 60% again is faculty
Right.
and staff and SGA members. And I wonder really if parents know that, or students. Of course, SGA officership and class officership is something that looks good on a college application.
Absolutely. I mean, it's something that a lot of the students are going to strive for.
Well, it's something that benefits them.
Right.
And it's interesting to me that we're hearing a lot about how it's un-American and it's undemocratic to say this person can speak and that person can't for the reasons that we just outlined. But I haven't heard anything about how democratic it is to have a 40%, 25% vote
Right.
of the student body
Right.
to pick the people
Well,
who represent them.
The good thing in the rally, this was all discussed, and look, folks, you know, it may look like a very complicated issue to you. You know, and I understand that emotions are running high. Certainly my emotions are running high over this. I don't like how it was handled from this standpoint, that our attorney, the school board's attorney, accepts a consent decree on this thing that, to start out with, no other school district that we know of has the same thing.